Don't look at my hair. Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Well, last night I made a roast chicken. Meal number 1. Meal number 2 was I didn't realize we were out of bread this morning, so Howie took a chicken salad to work. And it was a big one. It took a very large portion of chicken to make up for the fact that there was no bread in there. So that was meal number 2, was Howie's chicken salad. And meal number 3 is going to be, it's like a chicken shepherd's pie. Shall we? Okay, so here's our ingredients for tonight's meal. We're going to use carrots, because I got lots of them, a pint jar of celery, some instant mashed potatoes, we're going to need an egg with that, an onion, and here's our leftover chicken. Now note, whoops, chicken's falling out. Note the jelly on the bottom of this bowl. Yes, that's what we're going to make the gravy with. Okay, before I get started, I made the instant mashed potatoes over here, but I've got to put a little bit of boiling water in there to loosen up that jelly, because that's going to be our gravy. Oi, okay, where am I going here? Because I'm not going to, there's enough meat here, I can get 2 more suppers and a soup out of it, and make that, I've already had 2, this will be 3, 4, and soup will be 5, right? So let's just start, I need my soup. All right, and I'm also going to add grated Parmesan cheese, not as a topping, but in the potatoes, because this is that powdery stuff that I was kind of forced into buying, and it's we don't like it. So I rather than use it as a garnish, I put it more into food. So let's just loosen up all that gel. We don't want it all hot. I don't think so, young lady. I've taken all the bones out and they're in the crock over here. Like the bits of wings and stuff like that that were in the roaster at the end. Now, I'm going to take, I don't know, this is 1/3 of a cup, and this is less than 1/2 of a 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to say 2 tablespoons maybe of flour. We can put the flour away and get it out of our way. As soon as I just get this all mixed in. So you don't want to put it in the hot water because then it gets lumpy, see? That's why I only put a little bit of boiling water. You are not getting any of this chicken, young lady. Forget about it. Can you guys hear her groaning? Okay, there's that. That's ready to go. So I have a foil pan with a lid that I am going to prepare a second one in. Now first, I am going to open the carrots, and I'm going to pour that carrot water off into the crock pot. Right? And I'm going to open the celery. Wow, you really don't want to give a... See? 4 jars, guys. Look for the link in the description box below this video. I've just... Look at this. It's still not unsealed. And that's with a church key. These are really solid lids. And then the celery water goes into our... Okay, let's go back in the box here. Pull this one piece out. We're going to just fold this. Corner to corner, corner to corner. All right, let's wet that. If you're having trouble making your parchment paper sit still, run it under some hot water, scrunch it up and wring it out, and look, boom. And then it all behaves. Gracie, you're really starting to push the envelope here. So again, we're just going to debone and throw the bone bits in the vegetable water. I want to get as much of the meat as I can, but I'm still, you know, because there's plenty of meat on the wings that I threw into the crock pot. So we just want the meat. Oh, there's some jelly to put into the gravy. Well, I guess it's all going into the gravy anyway, so. Now we're going to just cut this up. Nice chunks, not too small. Gracie, stop. And we're just going to dump this into the bowl with our gravy makings. Off our cutting board here, so I can use it for my onions. And we're going to stir that gravy and that meat all in there, and we're going to add the celery. Get your, if you're using instant potatoes and you have to, you know, do the whole boiling water things, get those done first so that they can cool down enough that you're not going to cook your eggs when you put them in there, because it is going into 2 dinners. I think that's what I'm going to do. But we'll see after I get these carrots in here, you see. Just because it's a leftover makeover meal doesn't mean, well, you know what? I'm just going to put these carrots in there like this anyway. It doesn't mean it can't be nutritious, filling, and delicious, right? Just because it has less meat than you would normally put into a meal doesn't mean you can't bulk it up with the produce from your garden. Like my celery and my carrots. Well, the carrots aren't from my garden, but they're home canned. Because here we get 50-pound bags of carrots in the fall for $8, $7 or $8, depends on where you get them. They cut so much easier when they're cooked. It's another thing too, you don't have to overbake these. You don't have to overbake them because all the ingredients are cooked except for the onion. And the onion is is not a problem in food. Gracie, if you don't stop nudging me with your nose, it's not happening, girl. You've already had a little taste. That's it. You can bug Daddy all you want at supper. But you are spoiled. S-P-O-I-L-E-D, spoiled dog. Actually, I had a packet of chicken powdered gravy out in the original layout that I was going to show you guys. And then I realized all the jelly in the bottom of that bowl was gravy enough. Right? So I'm going to say I put 1/3 of a cup of flour, almost 1/3 of a cup of flour in here. Now you do you when you season. Where's my pepper? Or rather, Howard's pepper. You do you when you season things, okay, guys? But, you know, we're not spicy people. Well, yeah. But, I mean, we don't like a lot of spice. Sometimes we do, but it's not... We are more salt, pepper, and garlic and onion people than anything. Now, that flour is going to make a really nice thick gravy portion in there. Remember, we got carrots, celery, onions, chicken. Now, you got to remember, too, folks, it's only 2 of us here. Well, 3 if you count Greedy Guts Gracie. But, I mean... Gracie, stop. No! This is not dog food. I know you think it is. Alright, so... As long as you got enough meat and veg and stuff to cover the bottom, then you're all good. If I wanted to, I could actually put a layer of beets or green beans or something, but no. And like I said, this Parmesan cheese We don't like putting it on our spaghetti or pizza or anything because it's just kind of gritty. So I'm going to put about a half a cup right into these instant mashed potatoes, which I made with milk and hot water. You know what? Let's get those eggs in there. That's really dry. I may have to add some liquid, which would be milk. But if you're, if you're pinching pennies and you don't want to add milk, you can make this with just straight water and then beef it up however you like straight boiling water, the instant mashed potatoes. But I have the milk, so I'm going to make it. No, not with the Parmesan. But let's get some onion powder in there. And some garlic powder in there. Oh yeah, I tell you what. Put some pepper in there. You guys need to come a little bit closer, don't you? There we go. Yeah, I'm going to add just a little bit of hot water to loosen things up. There we go. I thought it looked a little skimpy on the vegetables, Let's get oh, it smells so good. All right, let's get this whipped. It's got to be spreadable, And if, like when Nan's here, if we have this for supper, I can always add a side vegetable as well. Like a can of beans or beets. Mom loves beets. Well, I can't find my cookie scoop or my ice cream scoop, which I think my ice cream scoop is actually out in the coach from the summer. So we're just going to have to do this old school. Now, between the eggs and the Parmesan cheese, these potatoes are going to puff up a little bit. Now, I know I don't use it as a condiment so much, but this is going to get baked. See, I'm just not fond of this Parmesan cheese, so I use it up wherever I can. Break it up. Break it up! Break it up! And we'll just kind of pat that into the potato. All right. We'll have this another day when Nan's here. And I'll make a nice side of mashed carrots and turnips or beans and beets or something. And this is going into a 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. This is going to start boil, toil, and trouble in the crock pot. So the roast chicken was meal number 1. Howie's chicken salad for lunch was meal number 2. This is meal number 3, meal number 4, and the soup is going to be meal number 5. There you go. All right, Howard's home. Let's have a look. I didn't even take the lid off it, and it looks beautiful, folks. Look at this. Let out some of the steam so it doesn't fog up the camera, and I wish you could smell it. Put the groceries away that Papa brought home. Let it rest, let it set, and you'll see Papa thumbs that up because he commented on how good it smelled when he walked in the door. Alrighty. Set this aside. It sat for about 5-10 minutes. Oh, look. I'm going to turn it over so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? My goodness. And as I said, Papa said it smelled good when he was coming in the door. Look at that. We're going to pepper that and get Papa to try it. You want to just sit there. He's so hungry, he's just going to eat it right here. I peppered it, dear. That's hot, baby.
I just figured that out.
This is meal number 3, because you had lunch today. Yeah, how was your chicken salad? Good. Careful, it's hot. Mm-hmm. Now taste the Parmesan potato topping.
We should let my cool down before you get my.
Well, you're the one who wants to rip your clothes off. Get into your comfies.
It's awesome.
There you go. And guess what? I put another one in the freezer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying you got your thumbs up. So we had the roast chicken dinner itself was meal number 1. Howie's lunch was meal number 2. This is meal number 3. Number 4 is in the freezer. And you guessed it, soup tomorrow, meal number 5. Take care, God bless. Well, maybe I'll make dumplings tomorrow instead of noodles. What do you think, dear?
Either or.
Either or. Take care, God bless.